somebody made a plugin to make it so that way all the stuff that Roll20 does, you can do inside here as well.
Transform.
So basically, you set your character's stats, and it's all on the like you right click to like attack things, and you attack with like your what the weapons you have on your character, like short sword, long sword, or range attack with a bow or anything like that. And it calculates everything that is already set up, and then you can either set it to rolling manually or rolling automatically, so it makes either the combat easier or quicker. Blah this, blah that, and then it also has set up lines and things where it won't tell the player how much damage they actually did to the creature, like if it has resistances or immunities, but it'll give like little hints like the glow doesn't seem to phase it as much, or they seemed resistant to the blow, sort of thing. Um,
We
Oh,
are.
I forgot. I have two names right now for people.
Okay.
This one's for the Tobalt. That's not J-Dub. This is J-Dub. This one's for the Minotaur. And I haven't thought of one for the Bugbear or the Troll yet, but I'm working on it.
Alright.
I took the Minotaur from Magic the Gathering. He's a pirate Minotaur who uses a flaming chain as a weapon.
Alrighty. So, um, I believe
what episode are you guys on? Because I missed last week.
49, I believe, is what we're on.
All right.
At least that's what I have mine set to, and if I'm wrong, I don't give a fuck. So you know. Yeah. I don't get paid to do this shit. I don't care.
Then you will get paid one day to do this shit.
Then I still won't care. Look at that. Alright, you are on the 18th of the month of the Griffin.
Yes.
By the way, Josh,
Yes.
your character will realize this, so I'm pointing it out to you. Winter starts in like 2-3 months.
Yes.
And the shell of water is like frozen solid.
Oh
like
yeah,
the end
that's
of the
right.
first month. It's the winters are harsh as fuck.
That's right.
Would Josh know this?
He's
Not
already been
gone
through
through a
one
winter. No, he hasn't.
I did start in the winter,
He did
Jake.
start in the winter.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought he was just in the spring.
No. There's
No.
still snow on the ground.
But I don't know if we went all the way up to the north with him. Withergate's
It's
the
the same
farthest
thing
north
around the
that he's
entire
been.
continent. You're basically
Okay.
living in Alaska.
Mm.
Uh,
Like it doesn't matter if you're
Oh, we
in the desert or the lowlands. It's still frozen solid in the shallow water. The rivers are blocks of ice.
Wells would have been frozen over too.
Oh yeah. That's why they when you went to the one town and got a free shower, I said it was a luxury.
hmm. Okay.
And by the way, you have a group that has gone from about 200 people the last night to about 300 people overnight. So, yeah, have fun with that.
Ow.
With no food, no water. And our druid is not here today.
And your cart blew up with
Yeah.
all of your food on it.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Paxton, your apprentice is still unconscious, laying on the ground. She's sleeping. I think she earned it.
Hmm.
Boy, I should probably roll for how much health she got back. The answer is not a lot. Not a lot.
Ouch.
Yeah.
No, I have a spell that can help, but it's a 3rd level spell, and I don't really want to have to get rid of one of my other spells in order to put it on.
So how about first, what is the spell? What does it do? Because remember,
It doesn't help a lot, especially when we have 1,000 people. But it's just create food and water. Create 45 pounds of food and water and 30 gallons of water on the ground or in containers within range, enough to sustain up to 15 humanoids or 5 steeds for 24 hours. The food is bland but nourishing and spoils if uneaten with after 24 hours. The water's clean and doesn't go bad. Well, I can only do that twice, so I could feed 30 people a day.
did I set this?
So, yeah.
I'm assuming the surrounded wildlife is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, pretty much. Because you have 3
mean, right now
people here.
Right now, you kind of have an army, and basically, an army destroys everything in its path. Usually,
Yeah, does that not save?
Uh-oh. And none of them brought any food of their own.
Oh no, they brought food of their own. It's just that it's not
Okay.
going to last real long.
That's what I thought. All right.
at the very least, I'll be. I should be able to at least help my apprentice out a little bit. For the next 8 hours. I'm gonna cast Aid.
What
I don't care about the other 2 people, but at 2nd level, Aid. Your spell bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. Choose up to 3 creatures within range. Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration.
Okay.
And the duration is 8 hours. So at least give her 5 more HP than she had before.
Right. Yeah, no, she's still like basically passed out.
I figured, but this is the best I can do to basically put more blood back in her system.
But yeah, you can tell that her breathing is very labored. She is not in a good way.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over to Ferdinand. Like, it's probably best if we do not re-enter town tonight.
Because of her state?
Well, that and you brought an army to their door.
If we go inside, we didn't explain it to them.
They're not gonna let us inside. They may let me inside because I'm barely associated with you at this point in their minds.
Motherfucker, they don't even. I can't say that.
It's,
I can't
They've
point
watched-
out the obvious thing here.
Well, they watched him walk into the group, and them all listening to him.
You're
at this
in the
point.
forest.
yeah, we are in the
I thought we were
forest.
closer to the town, actually, so that's my bad.
It's outside the town.
From the way that Josh had described it, he said, "Oh yeah, we're right outside the gate, the front gates." I'm like, Jesus.
Not right outside the front gates, but we're on the other side of where we approached.
So that's my bad. I thought when Josh was telling me what happened last week, He made it sound like we were way closer to the city.
I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Well,
You are close enough that the people of the city can see the smoke of the campfires, but you are not close enough that they could go, ah, there's Ferdinand the monster. Tar and feather him.
Do you think you can get me in a meeting with the leader of this country?
no. It's not like I exactly know her that well. I can attempt, but there is no such guarantee.
An attempt would be appreciated.
I'm gonna look over at Third and like, can you make sure that she doesn't get any worse? And if she does, call me immediately.
I will try my best.
Thank you.
She didn't want to be brought back into town.
I I understand. That's why
I'm
I'm not
just
telling
letting
him
you
to
know.
bring your. Oh, trust me, I know exactly what she means. In this state, all it's going to do is cause more rumors.
Even when
Anyway.
before she was in this state.
Doesn't matter. Let's see. Any other business we need to do before we head into town?
Jacob, did you think of what these people would sell at?
Fuck, I was supposed to think of that.
I asked you what they had sold at, and you're like, you've asked me a question I was unprepared for.
Fuck.
And then I was like, alright, I had to come up with names if you want, and you're like, yes, you to do that.
DM is now writing a note for next session because he forgot to do the thing. Oops.
If it's okay with you, we can retcon that bit, and you can tell me, act like you told me before we left that session.
Are you looking for like what they're good at, like your lieutenants are good at?
Yeah, just
Okay.
the people up front with me.
Okay, so first
think
name
he's
is,
wanting him to work on
is
the
what
things.
again?
Zadaz for the top bolt. And I sent them to you through Messenger.
Yeah, but I would like to know the race.
That's Tobolt, and then the other one's the Minotaur. And
Alright, we will return to that because I forgot.
that's okay.
I ran out of time. I'm not even like 100% prepared for this session. I'm like 15.
Data, that's
It's
fine.
been a week.
I figured I'd asked again before we left for town. Just need to know what those 5 people would sell at. Ooh, the troll's name will be Chud,
Alright.
the replacement troll.
So before we go anywhere into town, I'll talk as we walk, sort of thing. What are your plans for this group that you have brought together?
I am hoping to build a town, in all honesty.
I see.
A small, well, probably not a small town, but a town where all are welcome to join. A place where everyone stands equal for the most part. I want to try to build a better world, Maximilian.
a tall order.
And I have a lot of those.
Especially because you're trying to build something that's not in the Warmind's control in the middle of their territory.
They'll
I'm
probably still
assuming.
tax me.
City states
How are you?
exist.
How are they gonna tax you if you don't make any money in this town?
I'm going to teach them how to craft things. At least a portion of
You,
them.
you're gonna teach all of them.
I'm hoping for a trickle down effect.
Wouldn't it be easier to find people that are willing to teach others to come to the town?
That would make a lot more sense, Maximilian. I can try to find teachers.
Hello.
Ye-
I was hoping I could teach one or two, and then they teach one or two.
And then they only know one skill. And they can only be as good as you.
That is fair.
And if the next person you teach can't get to the level that you're at, then they can only teach to what their level's at. And so on and so forth.
Do you know any farmers?
Jacob?
History check. Disadvantage.
I kind of figured. History is a +1.
I believe in you.
That is a 14.
$14. I'm going to say probably not, with how your backstory is.
Any farmers I've known, I've probably killed.
Yeah, probably.
That would be a no.
Hoping we could feed them through a combination of farming, fishing, and hunting.
That's the goal. However, you're going to have a hard time doing that. Number one, you have to find people that are willing to trade with people that they consider lesser than them more often than not. Especially after the whole rage incident where they were attacked by these creatures more often than they used to. So the fear of them the fear mongering effect has increased tenfold. Two, you are going. I believe you told me you were going to build this to the north, correct?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's where even less food is grown comparatively. So you're going to have a hard time trying to grow anything because the harsh climates. Once winter hits, you're going to have even way less options when it comes to both hunting and fishing. Because the ocean's going to start freezing, and any small rivers and lakes are going to be frozen over, completely gone. Animals are going to go into hibernation. Plus, no crop is ever going to grow during winter unless you got yourself a greenhouse, which are expensive and difficult to maintain.
Well, only one city has one.
Correct.
They have the monopoly at this point.
I'll burn that bridge when I get there.
I hope not. I thought you were wanting to go for peace here.
That was at J-Top. I am going for peace.
This is,
and I'll be honest.
I hope you realize this is not exactly an easy path that you're not trying to take. This is gonna be damn difficult. It would be
I
much
realize.
easier just to tell these folk to scatter throughout the land and scavenge and survive until the spring.
That's not a good idea. That's not a bad idea, I meant. Huh.
Sure, they may not be able to survive because there's going to be people that are less fortunate than others. But when you bring them all together, you're guaranteeing that some of them are going to die because we don't have the resources. We just don't.
I'll see if it
Unless you're able to be very persuasive and convince the war mind to give you resources that they probably do not have at this point in time, there's no way that you're going to get enough resources to feed these people.
I was going to
over the
talk
winter.
to someone who isn't the war mind to see
Who
about
isn't the-
getting some.
Do you mean the Holy
Resources.
Empire? Because they're
No.
less likely than
No,
anyone.
I don't mean the Holy Empire.
The new.
Deimos.
I don't know how well that'll work out for you.
By the way, Patton, roll me a history check to see if you've ever interacted with Deimos.
Good. That's it's +1. I was like, what's my history again? That's an 11.
Yeah, so once again, this man is just talking crazy shit. Like, great, another fucking god?
Let me guess, you've already spoke with Deimos before.
Before, yes.
Are you in good graces with him at this point in time?
It's been a while.
So that's a no.
It's a maybe.
It's a no. He quite literally all he does is dealing and trading and information. If you haven't talked to him in a while, he's either forgotten about you or you're not on his list anymore. That's just how that is. Because if you were, he'd be looking for you.
I have
Sending
some
people for you.
information I think he would want. This brings me to an interesting question and thought I had, Jacob, before I continue this with Maximilian.
Okay.
So-
Is it the one you sent me earlier?
What one did I send you earlier? Oh, that's something I'm thinking about trying to work on at some point and seeing if I can.
I have a response
Go.
for you, but we'll do that. We'll do that
Yeah.
later.
What does it take to bond with Deimos temporarily?
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
You know how Deimos speaks to everyone and has access to all the memories?
Yes.
What does it take to have him do that? For a temporary thing, because he only does it willingly.
I told you, Jacob. I'm sorry.
You would have to ask Deimos.
I'm going to. I'm just letting you know that I'm going to ask him
Fuck me.
to prove that everything I say is truth. And that I truly mean to build a better world and give him the chance to be the god who helped win the Heavenly Realm back.
And then I pointed out that Deimos takes over. He could quite easily just
Kill me?
himself while inside him.
Yeah, he could. Deimos would also use his god powers to flay me alive.
Welcome, Ko. How are you doing today?
You know, it's going. It sounds like you're having a whale of a time.
I don't get paid enough for this.
The answer is I'm a madman.
Wait a second, you get paid?
I don't, and that's the problem.
So that's Jacob's little heads up. But
Jesus Christ.
I have a plan, Maximilian, when it comes to talking to Deimos.
Are you sure about the path?
I am sure about the path.
And the consequences of it?
The dice will fall as they will, Maximilian.
Didn't know you were a gambling man.
Gotta have something. Haven't found any casinos.
You know,
He's into
Ferdinand.
gambling people's lives instead.
Oh God. You know, Ferdinand, you and I might be a little more alike than you think.
Oh, you gamble people's lives too.
No,
So-
not like that. Go.
The only life I gamble is my own.
Um,
So,
Hmm.
uh,
I can help you as much as I can. If you're set on the path that you're wanting to take, I'll attempt to help you if I feel it's necessary. But any actions and any consequences are yours to bear alone. You understand?
I understand.
I'll stand by you, but I won't bear it for you.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet. Your life on the line, not mine.
Yeah, But-
We'll start walking towards the gates.
it means a lot that you're standing by me.
Hey, you learned to listen. I told you I would stand by you as long as you did.
Now, if you excuse me, I have to write a note and find Deimos in this city. Do you know any
Yeah.
underground places?
I know a place. I'll take him to the bar. Not Freya's bar, the other one
Yep.
that's not on the list.
Because it didn't exist until your character happened, so...
Hello. Well, and Inara.
Yeah.
So technically, yeah, same time, I guess.
Still provable.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'm
Carl,
assuming.
since you hopped in, is there anything you would like to do for the morning session, part of the day? And please don't ask about your bow. I'm still working on it. I'm doing it right now. I'm a little unprepared for this session. This last week has been
Been a
kind of
bad
hectic.
week.
Well, it sounds like those two are together, so I'm not going to be able to like ask them anything.
No, you can.
I mean, you could. You
Yeah.
would have seen us at camp, and
Yeah.
we walked towards town after that point.
So I mean, they're still within a range for you to catch up.
All right.
We weren't exactly sprinting, and you are faster than both of us.
By a margin, a serious margin.
Well, I guess I'll catch up to them, join the party, and ask Maximilian about sword training.
You interested in swords? What type of sword? Long sword, short sword, scimitar, cutlass, dagger, great sword.
Think I'll fancy a great sword.
Gotta raise an eyebrow. Like, let's see. Are you strong enough to handle one?
Don't know yet. Haven't tried to pick one up.
Well, once everything's settled tonight, maybe we can look into it. I wouldn't doubt that they have somebody in that camp that has a great sword on them. Or we can at least fashion a long stick to suffice. Because I'm not going to give you a real sword until you learn how to use it, sort of thing.
Understandable.
In fact, actually, we probably would have left at this point already. So, yeah, never mind. I was gonna ask Thurden if he could search the camp for the, or at least ask one of the other creatures in the camp if anybody had a great sword or dulled blade for practice purposes or anything like that. But we probably already left, so I'll leave that for later.
All right, so you get to the shady bar.
I just usher him in and just point to the bartender and like, there's your guy.
I will approach the bar and sit down.
The gentleman will look at you and go, "What do you want?"
Deimos?
He looks at you and goes, "Wait, are you serious?"
Maximilian is rubbing his temples.
Yes.
He looks at Maximilian. Is this kid for real?
I've talked to him before.
Yeah, but it still sounds fucking crazy.
If you knew my life, you wouldn't be saying that.
No, he still would be. Your life is crazy.
Thank you.
You shouldn't be thanking me for that.
Well, you can talk to one of his informants if you're lucky, but Deimos doesn't reside here.
Do you know where any of his informants are?
Well, they will probably find you by the end of the day because you have said Deimos' name, what? Well, we have at least, 10 times now?
Probably. Anywhere I could wait that would hopefully speed this process up?
Dark alleys. The less people around, the better.
We have other business to attend to in the meantime, anyway.
Yep.
I'll start heading for the door. I'll flick
Thank
the
you.
bartender. I'll flick the bartender a gold.
Thanks for your time.
Oh. Thank you.
By the way, you pay for any services that you acquire from him. So information, you pay for it. If he doesn't seem so forthright at the start, give him a little more. If he turns you down at that point, then you know that he can't help you.
Thank you. That's the
Yeah.
guild I was in. I just kind of walked up to Deimos' door and went, "Hey, Deimos, can we talk?"
It's probably because that's where he resides. This is a little different here.
Yeah.
Especially because this is inside the War Mines territory. A little bit more tricky to get anything illegal or illicit. I mean a little, I mean a lot. They take their job seriously, they don't accept bribes. Now in the Holy Nation, no, Bob's your uncle. You can get whatever the fuck you want down there. As long as you're talking to the right people. If you're talking to the high up clerics and paladins, you're gonna get your ass beat and probably crucified. But regular old people, they just want money. Enough money to get booze to get over the shit that they've seen.
Sounds like you've got experience.
I've been around, haven't I? Is that a deception check, Jacob?
That is accurate, though.
Yeah, it's
Not
not
a
really
lie.
deception. You have been around.
That is not a lie.
The secret to deception checks and not making them if you're bad at lying is saying things that are true,
Truths.
but it doesn't lead the whole truth. Like, I've been around. You have been around, but you haven't been there.
I know. I have.
Then
Anyway,
you wanna hit
yeah.
the dot alleys to where we're heading?
Except for the fact that we still have 3 people near us. Given the fact that it's all 3 of us together.
Oh,
But we're the ones searching for him, are we not?
No, he's the one searching.
So you
He's
think
the
that he
one
should
they're
go on
looking
alone?
No, because more likely not, he's going to get robbed before anything else.
Maybe we could shadow him.
Yeah, I'm not exactly stealthy. Pointing to my plate mail.
Hmm.
Also, we're talking out in the open. Any sort of subtlety is out the damn window. It's best just to let them approach us at their own pace. Don't go looking for them. They'll come to you when they have the right time.
Yep. Sounds like the way things work.
All right, let's go. Let's try to get a meeting set up for this afternoon or tonight with the leader of the War Mind.
let's.
Again, I can only guarantee to get a meeting in an unofficial capacity. I'm not sure that I could ever get an official capacity meeting with her.
It's better
You-
than nothing, Maximilian.
All right. I'll start leading them to the Fighters Guild.
Why are we going to the Fighters Guild?
Hush.
Okay.
When we're not out in the open, I can answer questions. Um, go up to the receptionist.
He will see you and it's like, welcome back. Have you come for your payment
Yes.
for your mission that was supposed to be bland?
Yeah, we'll pick that up as well as I have 2 pieces of information / things I need to get from you.
Oh,
Oh.
this is a
You can,
rare case.
You can give them-
see what I can do.
yes. You can give them the gold for the party. They'll split it out for the party later.
All right.
Is there a private room that you and I can talk?
Well, certainly.
Thanks again for the tot pot.
You are very welcome. He will lead you off into a side room.
Is there a chair, or if
Yes,
it's not, is there a...
this is a conference room, so there are many chairs.
Okay. Okay. I'll sit down and I will start rubbing my temples.
He will sit down across from you, and he says, "You look quite stressed. It's unusual for you."
I wonder why. It's like I'm trying to stop drinking.
Ah, yes. Always a challenge.
Also, all the supplies to help me cope with it have been destroyed in that little landmine incident.
Well,
Do you mind if I smoke?
go right
Or
ahead.
is it not allowed in here? All right.
We have plenty of officials come through here and smoke anyway, so it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
like it's gonna.
I have to change 82 down to 5 now. Or no, I have to change it down to 4. Because
Yep. Just don't tell anyone you're the reason there's no more coffee in the town.
They might kill you.
So, on to business numero uno. The guards will have at this point informed you about smokestacks and a large camp outside town.
Yes,
Correct.
there have been. They are currently deciding what to do with it right now.
You might want to tell them to hold off for at least until business numero dos can go through. If you can. I know the guard tends to be a little trigger happy.
Quite.
But maybe you can temper their expectations by telling them that there is a small army of about 300 mixed assortment creatures from kobolds, gnolls, trolls, and minotaurs. Am I missing anything else?
Bugbears.
Ah, bugbears. That's the other one I remember seeing.
I don't think there were many goblins.
Well, they'd be under the bugbears anyway.
Yeah.
So, you want me to tell them to not shoot at the army forming at our doorstep?
Correct, because I don't know if the town guard alone would be enough to stop them, even if they wanted
That's
to.
adorable.
The other news is the fact that who's in control of said army.
Oh my god, it's you fuckers. Isn't it?
It's not me per se, but the man that you gave the cookbook to, he's in charge of. Yes.
Okay.
Which brings me to what he was wanting me to try to do. And again, there's a reason why I'm stressed. It's not just the army. He is wanting to try to make a city-state inside the War Mines territory, comprised of these 300 creatures, and others as time goes past. In his own words, he's wanting to create a town where everyone is equal and welcomed. As long as you don't start shit, you'll be welcomed and allowed inside the town, sort of thing. Now, noble goals, lofty, I know, but that's not something that can be easily given, especially when it's a group of creatures that just prior, until Ferdinand himself stopped the rage inflicting over the entirety of the Warmind and elsewhere, there's a lot of fear running amok when it comes to these creatures. Which is why he's asked me to try to get a meeting in with the lady. In her more official capacity, but I know that I can't ask for that.
I will see what I can do.
I know.
Until that time, I can probably give you a maximum of 24 hours, but douse any unnecessary campfires that are out there, because the smaller they think the problem is, the less likely they are to napalm the entire area and call it a day.
Alrighty, let's see what I can do. I'm also trying to convince him, because I know how hard it is to start a town at this stage in the fucking season, to tell them to spread out until next spring to start it up. But I have a feeling that that's not going to be likely.
Well, do your best, I guess.
As we all do. Thank you.
Wait.
Oh,
Did mention
leave you
didn't
to
forget
your
what I said.
ruminations.
Austin,
Hmm?
when you pitched that, Ferdinand said it was a good idea, and he'd probably do it and have a small group try to get the town started, like the base work of a town out there.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Josh. Just because you think it's a good idea doesn't means that you still have to convince the rest of the creatures that you're commanding. You're only commanding the leaders, and the leaders might go, "Why? It'll be easier to stick together. Less likely for us to die."
fair enough.
And
I will
you
handle
always
it.
plan for the worst, Josh.
Yeah, I know.
So even if that's the plan we end up going with, where we have them split off until spring and then have them meet up and to help build the town once winter's done. At least they have the expectation that they won't. And once they do, they'll be a lot more relaxed when the town is built up in the spring, if that's what we get.
All right.
All right, I'll exit and say, all right, we have some work to do. Let's get going.
All right.
I'll look back over to the gentleman like, uh, do you want me to try to meet a messenger near the gates by the fall, or are you or are you gonna try to send someone who's a
Oh,
little
don't
more?
worry, I know message.
Oh, fair enough. I'll leave you to it. Come on.
Let's go.
Plus, the other thing, Ferdinand, is once we're outside of town, your little posse that you're wanting to talk to will be more likely to come and talk to you because there's not a lot of people outside of town.
Fair enough.
Plus, we have some business to attend to in camp.
Why do people think less of these races?
It's almost like they don't communicate.
Most of them know Tommen, but I've noticed
Some of
more
them do.
atrocities committed by man than I have these.
That's because you haven't seen them in mass groups before. They are just as easy as any other man to commit atrocities. In fact, more often than not, gnolls would be more likely to commit atrocities than anyone else because they need food, and people are food to them. Just not a very convenient sort of food, unless they have a large quantity of people.
All right.
Technology versus behavior. It's all it is. They haven't increased their technology compared to the humanoid races that are inside towns. Therefore, they're considered inferior, stupid, and not as thinking comparatively, more animalistic than anything else.
I
Which is where the
imagine.
term monster comes from more times, not monstrosity. They don't look like us, therefore they don't think like us, they don't act like us, therefore they're nothing but monsters, sort of thing.
Hmm.
It'd take a lot to get people to get over that, even if they see it in their own eyes. All they're going to think about is the stories they've heard or the things they themselves have seen from other groups of these creatures.
All right. Huh.
So don't blame them too much. The best you can do is just slowly change their notion of what they understand of these creatures.
All right.
Now, first things first, no campfires.
All right.
Go on, tell them.
I will call the 5 people,
They'll
counting
gather up.
Zadaz, and Zajat. And I will tell Zajat to inform them that we have to douse most of the campfires to keep from being attacked at the moment.
Persuasion at disadvantage.
I was waiting for this.
Probably wants to fight.
Of course they do.
That's actually not too bad.
a 6.
Yeah, I think that comes out to be 14. That would be a 14.
At least 3 beat them.
At least 3.
Let's see. Let's see. I need to pull up. And I need to pull up. Charisma -1. Charisma -2. Charisma -1. Charisma -1.
Isn't it the wisdom save against persuasion usually? Like your insight?
Is it?
That's what
usually
we
insight,
normally
yeah.
doing. We do insight versus
Oh,
persuasion
that's a
or
plus
deception.
3.
Sorry, Josh.
Oh,
Being
no, it's
fair.
fine.
1. 0. Oh, that's a -2. That's worse.
Still not enough.
That one's higher. That's a +1. There you get a couple of well. It's fine. We'll crush them, pretty much.
The goal at the moment is not to crush them, because with winter approaching, they will help aid us with food,
Shelter.
shelter,
Water.
and water, as in everything we need to live.
Persuasion.
Right?
Yep.
Hey.
That's a 24.
Jesus. Oh, God.
I think you win.
They would consider winter to be particularly harsh, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's particularly harsh. Even if you have walls, it is still
This-
cold as fuck.
This isn't. This is meant to help ensure our survival through the winter months. The whole time when I'm talking, since I know not everyone can understand me, and even though Zajat and them are doing their best to translate,
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of hand motions like Josh normally talks. You've seen me talk, Jacob.
Yeah,
You know what I
know
mean.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I had a
Well-
backup plan in case a few of them didn't want to listen.
Recommend.
Activate Plan B.
If that
No,
was
they're
start a fight,
listening,
you would
though.
be dead.
No, I just say one-on-one.
You want me to bring the Rourke back?
No. That's not. I mean, that's a one-on-one, but that's not the one-on-one I wanted. I was meaning like, hey, you, troll, one-on-one. Or someone
lose.
was, but I know I'd lose.
I'll continue negotiations. Zajat, this one won't be with a lot of hand signs. Just Zajat, do your best to keep the peace around here.
He will give you a thumbs up. Sorry, I'm typing and trying to.
Okay. I'm just making sure that Zajat heard me, like, just don't let them kill each other or anything yet.
No yet.
I mean, they'll have to kill animals to hunt.
No, that's not each other.
That is fair. The yet
You
was
said
to
don't let them
anything.
kill each other yet. Well, they have to kill animals. Like that's not them then.
I said anything or each other yet.
I
Like,
didn't hear
each
that.
other or
anything more.
anything yet.
I didn't hear that other part of that.
Yeah.
All I heard was don't let them kill each other.
No.
Yet. I'm like, what the fuck? Yet.
Well, I I will nod to Maximilian and tell him, well, they're listening.
He'll kind of nod his head and you're like, we'll see how well this works out. Hope for the best, expect the worst.
I
Now-
believe it's hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Zajac still can't hear. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey, can you tell or ask Zajac if there's any great swords that anyone has extra?
Zajat and Null, are there any extra great swords?
It would basically translate loosely to rusted junk.
Rusted junk.
Perfect.
Good. I need
Look at you a little confused for a second.
Training.
training wheels.
He would nod his head and he would send one of the trolls to go fetch it.
And tell him like while you're there, since I'm gonna be training anyway, anyone that is wanting to learn how to use a great sword effectively, bring them over to me with all those rusted junks.
I will translate this to Zajaz. Zajat.
You would see the kobold run up.
Just pat him on the head like, we'll get you a longsword.
Wait, does he have the strength to use one? This is no strength requirement. We learned this.
Oh fuck,
yeah, that's
you're
true.
right. There isn't for a great sword.
Is
no,
he
no,
a small...
no. It is for you. It's creatures that are small.
All right.
They have
medium or
disadvantage.
yeah, have disadvantage with it. So
Small creatures have disadvantage with it. Is he a small cobalt?
Well,
kobolds are small, Josh.
kobolds are all small.
Ah,
Yep, small humanoid.
No, like, I'll
Oh.
get you a great sword. or a long sword, because that'll be the exact same thing for him.
so on the other note,
Am I gonna start training an army?
Jacob,
sounds like
I want you to know I'm taking linguists next feat level.
Okay.
That's a problem, because then he'll be able to speak to everyone. There's no end to what he can accomplish.
Patent. Even when he couldn't speak to everyone, it was a problem.
My hope is to end up like Frank. I think it was Theodore Roosevelt who could write in both Latin and English with two hands at the same time on two separate sheets of paper.
God have mercy on my soul.
So, yes. And why he's training them, I would like to walk out alone in the woods. Well, I'll bring Solrath with me. Oh,
I have to teach him.
oh yeah. Alone I go in the woods for now.
You can get Zajac.
Or any of the other clan
Oh,
leaders.
that's right. I have like 300 soldiers. The Jet has to hold the peace for now. Well, Maximilian's there. Maximilian's training. It should be fine. The Jet, we need to go for a walk to meet a god.
No, actually, I need Zajac.
Yeah. But, alright.
Because I need somebody to translate.
Which one of the races speak common, Jacob?
Oh God. Let's see.
Bugbears might.
Bugbear does. Oh wait,
Well, let's
Bugbear
just-
isn't one of them. No, I thought
Bugbear was one of the leaders.
Oh, do you not have a name for him yet? Oh nope, there it
Alright.
is. No, it's right in front of my face. I'm just fucking blind. Yes.
Stone.
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 Yeah.
Stone. We're going for a walk to meet a god, hopefully.
He
I doubt you're
scratches
gonna
his
meet
head
an
a little
actual
bit
god.
and goes, and then points to Snappy, but isn't that God?
That is God, but the God that knows all which is whispered, so to speak.
That is such a good name for that. Oh my god. Holy shit. Anyways.
Holy fuck!
What? I'm allowed to say
I
things
mean,
are
you're-
good.
That's true.
Is
You,
he?
you like that one, huh?
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
So how does Stone respond to that one?
He would just nod his head.
And I will walk a little ways from camp and find a nice rock to sit on.
So, not long, like at all. Basically, as far as you can tell, almost out of thin air. Like, you don't hear him at all. All you hear is, "Hey, I hear you were looking for me."
Demos?
No.
Ah. Got my hopes up.
You're not fucking finding Deimos out here, that's for damn sure.
And did it have to go back to eternity?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I have a interesting proposition for him.
Alright. Get one of these every few hundred years. Can't wait to see what this one is.
Well, I would first off like to offer him the opportunity to go into my mind to prove everything I'm saying is the truth to him.
Alrighty.
Stone, since he has arrived, could you give us a minute?
He would nod and walk away.
I am going to offer Deimos the opportunity to be the god who won the Heavenly Realm badge.
The man will look at you for a second and then start to laugh. And how the fuck do you expect to do that?
Well, when he goes into my mind, he'll find out. I want him to hear from the horse's mouth. Something that I will be capable of. Is it not an interesting proposition?
It is a interesting proposition, but you also have to realize it sounds absolutely fucking loony. Like, holy shit.
I've learned a lot of the things I say sound absolutely fucking loony.
I mean, probably not to me. I've heard some weird shit.
I've met in my 4 months of life multiple divine beings, including the Dragon King. So,
Okay, that last one is a little weird. I work for a divine being. You gotta do better than that.
that's fair. But how long have you been alive?
Do you mean this lifetime? What are we at? 8,000 years? That sounds right. I've been doing this too long. I mean, it pays well.
Sounds like it. How many days off do you get?
I mean, I just have to bring information back every once in a while, so whenever I fucking please, it's pretty good. Information pays well.
I had to use time off. I haven't taken a day off in 4 months.
I would shoot myself. Yeah.
No, it's not off the table.
But,
But when he enters my mind, he can verify that what I'm saying I am capable of.
alright.
But informing him of how should be something done in person, so to speak.
Alright, I can do that, but I will give you a piece of information on the house because I was told to. he's not happy with you right now. Like he
Oh.
he understands why you fucked up because you haven't been here very long. But he's still not happy about it.
I'm hoping to right this wrong with what I have to show him, so to speak. Is it like a slideshow that he sees everything?
All I'm saying is when you show up to talk to him next, you might want to bring something sort of a peace offering, because he's... that's a lot of fucking money that just slipped through his fingers, and he's not happy about it.
Would a town count as a peace offering?
So you're going to build him a town.
Well,
And
we're
give it
building
to
a
him.
town. It won't be his on the top, at least.
Oh, you want to make... Okay, you want to make another... We might be able to make that work. Where is this town being placed?
Ah. Above Elton, by the, on the coast, with the hopes of reaching the other continent.
This.
Over time.
You just hear... here, as he basically, like, disappears into the shadows. That would probably work.
But I have to talk to the Queen of the Warmind first. The ruler. Which is what I'm doing this evening, hopefully.
Oh, that I already knew.
Ah. So did we get the meeting?
I don't know. I just know you're trying to set one up.
Ah.
We did say that in the open.
I know. Oh. Oh, did you hear the nickname I gave Deimos?
He goes, no. I mean, I have other people I have to stalk.
Ah, God. It was pretty recently. I thought you would have heard it if you were watching me.
Yeah, not the only person in this camp I'm watching.
Oh.
Oh.
Any of my people I should be worried about?
I mean, you gotta pay me for that information?
Not yet.
Alrighty then.
Not yet.
That a name, Jacob, or no? He seems like he's a little more thought out.
But he's probably going to be a character.
Yeah, I was like, he seems like he's a little more flushed out than some of the other NPCs.
Nope. Not at all.
Awesome. You are. Oh, I referred to him as the one who hears all that is whispered.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good.
Thank you. I'm glad someone appreciates my words. But, yeah. I'm going to, send my pitch to him.
Yes, I will give him your pitch.
And, make sure you add the fact that, if in case he has forgotten, which I don't think he has, I started out as an AI, which means I know a lot of things about the world before.
Yes, here's the thing. So does Deimos. He was alive. He existed.
Good to know. I didn't know how much knowledge he had on it.
It's just
Thank
that
you.
because not a lot of people are. It's kind of pricey.
I'm building something kind of pricey, don't worry.
Now you have piqued both my curiosity and my interest.
Gonna pay me for it?
Fuck no.
Well, maybe you'll end up buying one when the town starts up. Guarantee you it'll put more of a hole in you than a normal pistol.
Oh, finally I can feel something again.
Oh, you'll feel this.
Okay, Balder.
You'll feel this. And I'll nod my head and extend my hand.
He, when you grab his hand, it's weird. Like you can physically wrap your hand around it, but it doesn't really like you really feel like there's anything there.
It's been a pleasure. Next time maybe I'll touch your name.
Ah, next time maybe you'll have enough money to pay for it.
What if this was actually Deimos and Deimos has just been pulling our leg this entire time?
The thing is remember with Deimos, if someone says they are Deimos, it could very well be Deimos. But that's the key thing. They have to say they are Deimos. And no one's stupid enough to go around claiming they're Deimos because they end up dead real quick. Like, not even make it through the hour.
But appreciate you hearing my pitch. Eternity is where we're heading next anyways, so if all goes well, we will be seeing him soon. And if he can't hold back, maybe he'd come out to this field.
Good luck with that.
Don't blame me for taking a long shot. Turn into my mind comes with the name of my patron, too. And with that, I will turn to walk away, leaving him on his own, whistling the stone.
Alright.
How's training going?
I don't know, Patton, how's training going?
Well, how many people showed up?
I mean, most of them don't use great swords, and the trolls use trees. So,
Not many.
not many.
So I have Solrath. I have
most of them can already use weapons that they like using. You do get the the kobold, who's doing his best to wield a great sword.
I would have given him a long sword and called it a great sword.
Yeah, he's not that dumb.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, he's doing his best. I believe in him.
Let's see. What do you need from me then to
Let's
teach?
see, that is
Just some
actually,
athletics? Or-
probably not.
I would be showing what I'm wanting them to do and having Zactera tell them.
Is it,
Not yeah.
It might be...
Yeah.
the Jack?
The Jack.
It's not a percent nature medicine. Roll me a performance.
I see. $17.
All right, that's respectable.
I have a +1.
I'm just gonna do a group roll. 'Cause I'm lazy. 7. Going brain dead. Will this be insight
Uh,
to learn?
maybe. And hold on.
Mm.
A
Probably
fit-
the better thing. I see. The only other thing is like athletics because that's what they're learning how to swing a large sword.
Well, the thing is, they already know how to swing weapons. You've seen them
True.
use swords.
Go
It's
has
just,
not, but
it's just the weight.
right.
It's
Yeah, if it's the weight, then
Uh,
I don't know. That's why I'd say athletics if it's just the weight. If it's not
yeah,
how
we'll
they're
go with
swinging it.
athletics.
all right.
What do you want Dakota roll then, since he's learning how to swing a sword in general?
Intelligence.
Would
Insight to
that be
pick up
insight?
on
Yeah, I feel like
it?
that would
Insight to
be.
pick up on it.
What did you say, Josh?
I said insight to lean from the perception or intelligence to
Yeah, how about
see how well
just
he
roll straight
understands it,
intelligence?
one or the other. I know we usually do intelligence for training, but it can vary a bit in this case, I would say.
Okay.
Go, you're muted
Sorry?
again.
No?
You did. Freaking love it. Rolling for
Great intelligence.
intelligence. Off the board.
Ouch.
Yes, indeed, that is an ouch moment.
What's your intelligence?
It's like a plus freaking 2, I think.
That's better than most.
Let me check. Why can't I find this? There we go. Intelligence is plus 2.
So 11.
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, you're struggling a little bit. But you're not the only one. Everyone in this class is struggling somewhat.
It is the first day. I wasn't expecting everybody to pick it up immediately.